Okay. I would say the goal is let's get through this Hilchos Yom Tov, and Zat Hashem, if we have some time at the end, we'll look at Hilchot Tisha B'Av. Okay. So we're holding in middle of the halachot of Yom Tov Sheni, the second day of Yom Tov, which we know was originally instituted because they didn't know what day was Yom Tov. Why? It used to be when the Beit Din, Sanhedrin, when the Beit Din would make Rosh Chodesh, they would light torches. And the torches would pass around, and all of the Jews would know when Rosh Chodesh was. However, there were the Kutim, they were not good people, and they wanted certain days to be certain things, right? Shavuot on a Sunday, whatever it was, and they went ahead and lit the torches instead, and it confused people. So the Beit Din said, no longer torches, we're going to send out letters. We're going to send out a letter from the Beit Din saying what day is Rosh Chodesh. Now, sometimes the letters didn't get there on time. So maybe Rosh Chodesh was on the 30th day, or maybe Rosh Chodesh was on the 31st day. And so I'm not sure which day is Pesach. Is it today or is it tomorrow? So it came to be 2 days of Yom Tov, and that's how you get Yom Tov Sheni. Fine. Now, when the Beit HaMikdash and Sanhedrin were going to be destroyed and abolished, the Chachamim came ahead and they made a calendar, a fixed calendar. Now it works with calculation, cheshbonot. That's how we know every 29 and a half days. And the Chachamim tell us this day is 30, this day is 31. And we know 2 days Rosh Chodesh, 1 day Rosh Chodesh, and we know when Rosh Chodesh is. So that means, based on the calculations, we know what day really Yom Tov is. So why do we still keep 2 days Yom Tov? So the Gemara gives us this answer. The Gemara tells, and we saw this last week, the Gemara says, not because it's Safek. It used to be Safek the Yoma. Today it is not Safek. But the Gemara says, because even though we know today what day Yom Tov really is, it might come a day in the future that the governments won't allow us to have time or learn the calculations of the months, and we'll once again forget what day it was. So it told us to keep the minhag avotenu biyadenu, to keep the minhag of our fathers in our hands. And that's why we keep 2 days Yom Tov. However, the Gemara says, because the second day of Yom Tov is really not legit anymore, meaning really we know what day it is. So there's certain leniencies on the second day of Yom Tov. We saw last week one of the leniencies was that if a person passes away and they have to bury him on Yom Tov, on the second day of Yom Tov, Jews can be involved in the malachas that need to be done in order to bury the body. Okay? However, we saw the Achronim say this is no longer done today. Why? Because back in the day there were two issues. It was one issue. The issue is the body is going to decay. The body, there was no refrigeration for the dead body, so you have to, not to make zilzul of the body, to make embarrassment and the stink of the body, we have to bury it right away. Today you have refrigeration. Another problem is the only people that could be doing the malachos for the dead body on the second day of Yom Tov are people who are needed to be there. Unfortunately, or fortunately by us, when we have a dead body, a lot of people show up, even people who don't necessarily have to be there. So it'll be extra malachos, and that the Chachamim really didn't let. So therefore today, nowadays, even though there's a heter to bury a dead body on the second day of Yom Tov, by Jews, we don't do it because we have morgues and refrigeration for the bodies to be there. The other heter, the other kula that's given in the Gemara on the second day of Yom Tov, the Gemara, it tells us that you can paint the eyes. All right, painting of the eyes. Painting of the eyes in the times of the Talmud had two things. It painted, it colored, the mascara, the coloring for the girls, but also it had medicinal properties. It had medication properties. Okay, so the Gemara led us to do that. Shulchan Aruch says you're allowed to make the eye blue. Okay, now the Rama understands this because of the medicinal properties. The Rama understands this because there's medicine. So it's medicine that's the Rabbanon, and it's the second day of Yom Tov. It's okay, you can put it. However, the Rambam, he doesn't say it's just for medicine. A Rambam, and when they asked the Rambam's son, Rabbi Abraham, right, and he clarified it, it's even the blue just for Yofi, even if it's just for makeup, just for beautification purposes. And so Shulchan Aruch is mashma that way, and Chacham writes it Beferish and Chazon Avadia that that's the truth. And the later today poskim as well, Rabbi Elbaz and Rabbi Dahan and others say for Sfaradim, according to the Rambam, the ladies can put on makeup that are not malachas deoraisa, that are not malachot deoraita, they're already just Melachot Rabbanan. Even if it's for Yofi, would be okay on the second day of Yom Tov for the Sephardic ladies. Okay, that we also Ashkenazim no, because the Ramah, and other Rishonim, right? The Ashkenazi Rishonim, they understood that the blue, not just because of beauty, it's because it had medicine. It had medicine in it. Yeah. In times of the Talmud, they said the eye makeup had medicine inside of it. So the Ramah understood it because of the medicine. Okay, so there's a different talk. We saw that last week. Now, then we dealt with just a quick chazara from last week. Then we dealt with if a guy from Eretz Yisrael, so he's an Eretz Yisrael Jew, and he goes to Chutz La'aretz, does he have to hold it the second day? Does he not hold it the second day of Yom Tov? What does he have to do? So the Gemara says that if you go to a place where Jews live, you have to keep what they do. Okay? Because what's going to happen? If an Eretz Yisrael like a Jew comes here, right, and our second day of Yom Tov, and he's driving in his car, he has peyot, he has a hat, and he's driving and he's listening to Avram Fried or something, it's going to look bad. We're having Yom Tov, and he's not. So Gemara says, the guy comes to the place where there's a yishuv of Jews in that area, he has to keep Yom Tov Sheni just like us. Because of Zilzul, because of Marat Ayin, because of things. So there was another Gemara in Sefsachim, where there was this rabbi, this Amora who came from Eretz Yisrael to Bavel, and he was eating a certain piece of fat of the animal, which in Bavel, the Chachamim said is Asur. In Eretz Yisrael, the Chachamim said it's Mutar. But in Bavel, they said it was Asur. He was in Bavel now, and he was eating it. And someone told him outside, the rabbis from Bavel are coming in. So the Gemara says quickly he went and he hid the fat, right? And he didn't want to show it to them. So Gemara Tosfos wants to know why he didn't want to show it to them. Tosfos says, why? How could he do it? He's in their yishuv. So Tosfos says it's a private thing, but he didn't want them to see it. He didn't want them to, make anything. As long as they don't see it and it's private, it's okay. And says Tosfos, what about Melacha? Why the Gemara says by Melacha? The guy is there. Why can't he do it in his house? So Tosfos says Melacha is always loud. Malachas happen. They're loud. People see it. People know it. So Tosfos want to say Malacha is different, and what's it called? Eating things that you have a different minhag. You have a Messiah in private. It's not going to be a problem.
Can he be the that was good or
no? Absolutely not. If an Eretz Yisrael, first we have to know can't now. Very good. So okay, hold on, slowly. Now. What we said, he's in the Yishuv, right? He's in the Yishuv. An Eretz Yisrael Jew comes here. He's the Yishuv of Chutz La'aretz of Jews. He has to keep Yom Tov Sheni. To what extent, right? Can he do any melachot? It's really not Yom Tov for him. Can he do any melachot or not? So the Shulchan Aruch says one who comes from Eretz Yisrael, Chutz La'aretz, and he plans to go back. He's going to be chayzer. He's going to go back. He's not allowed to perform melacha if he's in an area of Jews, in the Tchum of Jews. If there's an area of Jews, right, they cannot do it. Mishnah Berurah says, if I went to a place and there's no Jews there, and it's outside the Tchum, right, then I would allow to keep one day Yom Tov, because no other Jews there, and it's fine. The question is, if I'm in a place in Chutz La'aretz, okay, I went to pick a state, pick any state where there's no real Jews there. No, not New York. Pick a state where there's no religious Jews. Wyoming. All right, he goes to Wyoming. He's in Wyoming, and there's a friar Yid there. There's a non-religious Jew. There's a Chiloni. He doesn't keep Shabbat. He doesn't know nothing about anything.
No, if you do that, that's you're not.
So some poskim say like Rabbi Avner, I don't care. He's a Chiloni. He's Dati. I don't care. There's a Jew there. It's Chutz La'aretz. Jew is there. 2 days Yom Tov for this Eretz Yisrael guy. Others want to say no. The Gemara's lashon was yishuv. A yishuv means a settlement where there's a lot of people, where there's an organization, there's a shul, there's a mikvah, there's a pizza shop, there's a sushi shop. Without that, you don't have a yishuv, right? So once you have those things, so to speak, then it's a yishuv, and then you have to keep. So it's a machlokes poskim. Most people are knowing that even if there's a Chutz La'aretz, a Jew, anywhere in your vicinity, in that home, you would have to keep a 2-day Yom Tov.
So why don't you make kippur twice?
What?
Why don't you make kippur 2 days?
So very good. Why is Yom Kippur not 2 days? Very good.
Only
Because
for-
Rosh Hashanah is 2 days.
Rosh Hashanah is today. Huh?
You used to fast 3
No,
days.
no. There are places that fast 2 days, but that's the halachic date line. There's an issue with the halachic date line. Where exactly is the day, when it starts, when it ends? Hawaii, when some of the Jews, when they left, when they were escaping from the war, they went to Shanghai. So over there, some of the Mir Rebbeim, they actually kept 2 days. But that's a halachic date line, child. Nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with this. Okay, now, I'm an Eretz Yisrael Jew. Okay? For me, today is not Yom Tov. For you, it's Yom Tov. Can I take a plane from Eretz Yisrael, fly on a plane, and land in America when it's still Yom Tov Sheni? Can I do that? For me, it's no longer Yom Tov. I'm in Eretz Yisrael. El Al has a flight to New York, okay? And I come to New York while it's still Yom Tov Sheni.
Yeah, there's more time.
So some poskim say you shouldn't do it at all. Some poskim say you can go on the plane, but you're not allowed to leave the airport. JFK is within the tchum of New York City, of where we live. So the person who comes can stay in JFK and wait there until Motzei Yom Tov, and then he can take a taxi into New York.
So other Jews don't see them.
Right, exactly. Other Orthodox Jews wouldn't be in the airport, we would hope.
You take a car and get out.
They put a cap, cap with
Even
black
though,
eye.
You're gonna wear the cap, your nose is gonna stick out. We still know you're Jewish, okay? So yeah. So anyway, that's what the poskim say. Poskim saying that if the guy shows up in Chutz La'aretz, he's not allowed to leave the airport. He has to stay there until Motzei Yom Tov. Okay. Now, Rav Yosef Karoi in the Avkat Rochel, he says that an Eretz Yisrael Jew who's in Chutz La'aretz, he's allowed to do milachot in private. Even Tosfot said that the private comes out. He says if you can do it in private, it can be done. B'tzina. Chamovadji says that this Eretz Yisrael Jew can do melachot on the second day of Yom Tov for us, melachot that are a question amongst the poskim, can I do it, can I not do it? We don't light a fire on Yom Tov, right? That's the way we hold. There are poskim who say it's mutar. We don't hold that way. It's not what we hold. Their idea is they're saying there's already a fire there. The match, you just do like this, the fire already comes out. So the potential is already there, so it's already there. Anyway, that's their shita. We don't hold of it. Chamovadji says, this guy, Eretz Yisrael Jew, who's now in Yom Tov Sheni here in America, melachot that are a question, yes or no, different poskim have an argument, he can do that. And also he can do melachot that are muksa stuff, he can move, touch, and stuff like that. Rav Moshe in the Igros Moshe says that this Jew can do anything that someone would think happened by itself, anything automatic, right? You turn on the lights, everyone's going to think you have a timer. So it's okay. Anything that no one will notice, that will be a malacha. Rav Moshe allows those malachot to be done by the Jew who comes from Eretz Yisrael here to America.
Moshe who? Ben Maimon?
Rav Moshe Feinstein.
Oh, so
Zecher Tzadik Lebracha. Okay.
I thought you're talking about Rambam.
Rav Moshe Feinstein. When I say Rambam, I say Rambam. I don't say Rav Moshe. Rambam is Rambam. Rav Moshe is Rav Moshe Feinstein.
Question. There's no
Okay. That's in that. So again, people are asking, can I ask Eretz Yisrael the Jew to do malacha for me? No, you cannot ask an Eretz Yisrael the Jew to do malacha on your Yom Tov Sheni. Not allowed. Asur. We can't ask them. Okay. Now, he said he is planning to go back. Hold on. Now the Eretz Yisrael the Jew is here in America. It's now Isru Chag for him, but it's Shmini Shel Pesach for us.
Yeah.
So where should he pray? He has to put on tefillin. Okay, I use Isru Chag because Nusach Ashkenaz, a lot of them put on tefillin during Chol Hamoed. Sephardim, Nusach Sfard, and others who follow Kabbalistic do not put on tefillin on Chol Hamoed. However, so that's why I picked Isru Chag. So he has to put on tefillin. This Eretz Yisrael Jew. We don't put on tefillin. Where should he pray? So Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach says he should pray in his house with tefillin, everything, Shemona Esrei and everything. Chamavadia says he should put on tefillin at home. He should say Shema. He should say Vaydaber Kadesh Li Vayakirecha. He say all those things, and then he should come to shul and he should pray with everybody else
Without
tefillin. Without tefillin.
Like nothing happened.
Exactly. We're praying Yom Tov Shemona Esrei. He's praying Chol Shemona Esrei. According to Chamavadia, he's viewing it as still being Tefillah B'Tzibur, even though we're praying different tefillot.
Yeah.
Still Tefillah B'Tzibur. Okay. So that's what Chamavadia says to do. Now, while we got into that topic, while we spoke about that, we have a lot more to do. But while we spoke about that, we brought this issue. We're in a shul, in Chutz La'aretz, Yom Tov Sheni. There are 9 Chutz La'aretz Jews here. There is one more Jew, and he's an Eretz Yisrael Dika Jew. Do they have a minyan or not? Machlokit poskim.
He's a Jewish.
Chamavadia says there is no minyan, and everyone has to pray b'yachidut. No minyan. 9 Jews from America, 1 Jew from Eretz Yisrael, Yom Tov Sheni, no minyan, because you have to have 10. Chamavadia says his tefillah has no shaychut to my tefillah. He's davening chol. I'm davening Yom Tov. There's no shaychut, therefore it doesn't go together. Rav Moshe Feinstein, that his student Rivot Ephraim, Rav Nota Greenblatt, brings down that no, it works. It works. Even if there's 9 Jews from America and 1 Jew from Eretz Yisrael, and they have minyan, according to Rav Nota, according to Rav Moshe, you still have a minyan. What in what way?
In this case, 9 Israeli guys.
9 Americans. This is the case of 9 Americans. 9 Americans. Okay. What should you do? You shouldn't come to such a situation. If you have to, and you're in such a situation, you have no choice. You're Sephardim, and we take Chamavadia's psak. You're not allowed to make minyan. You don't have minyan. You don't have minyan.
And they're praying the Amidah without the filling. That's also not so good.
No problem.
Yeah. Now, more than that, we said there's a halacha, and this is a halacha nobody argues on. Eretz Yisrael Dika Jews who come here, let's say there are 10 of them in Chutz La'aretz. Are they allowed to make their own minyan? Are they allowed to make their own minyan? What did we see last week? Asur. Asur. The Eretz Yisrael Jews
10 people.
are here.
10.
Okay. It is
For years and years, and you're gonna hear.
it is a Yom Tov Sheni for us.
Yeah.
It's Chol HaMoed for them. Majority of poskim say you're not allowed to make a minyan. It's zilzul. Zilzul. Asur.
No, in the house.
Asur.
Doesn't matter. You among the Americans.
Yalkut Yosef brings down Chamavadia Asur. Rav Shlomo Auerbach brings down Asur. Rav Tzvi Pesach Frank brings down Asur because of an issue of zilzul. Why? I'm praying Yom Tov. He's praying Chol. He's wearing tefillin. I think that it's not Yom Tov anymore. So it's going to bring down my level of Yom Tov. The only place that people give a heter, that poskim say it's okay, if the Israelis rented out a hotel and it's completely all Israelis there. There are no Chutz La'aretz Jews there. Everybody, the staff, the wait, everybody is Eretz Yisrael Dika Jews. So maybe there, because it's very secluded, there's no one coming in from the outside, maybe there they have Rishut. Now, I did see like you, I know in Borough Park, in Shomer Shabbos, they have an Eretz Yisrael minyan. I'm sure there's a posek that allows it. I'm sure. But I'm telling you, most poskim say it's asur.
No, there were not only Israelis come to visit. The Israelis live here and they are here only. They're working for the government or whatever, and they for their houses over there. They're only working over here, so they don't want to keep 2 days. So they make they make a minyan.
I'm just letting you know. That raw poskim and the poskim that we follow say it's asur to make minyan. So they should not be making minyan. Where?
Israeli temporarily here. No, Israeli.
It has to be in a place that's very secluded and nobody sees what they're doing. If it's in a regular shul, they're just praying in a different room, you cannot do that. Who's in that house? Are there any American Jews there?
No, there is nobody in them.
Exactly. If it's completely secluded and nobody's coming in and out, then there is room for leniency. They can make minyan. Otherwise, poskim say it's zilzul. They cannot do that.
They're mixing Israeli.
That's what they say. It's zilzul.
זלזול זה שאתה מבזה את היהדות, אתה מבזה את התפילה. איפה הזלזול?
Rabbi,
אני לא, זה מתפלל וזה מתפלל.
הוא מתפלל תפילה של חול, והוא מתפלל תפילה של יום טוב. אני רואה שהוא שם תפילין בראשו. זה כמו זה יום חול. That's it.
We said that today we put in the house.
No, but there's praying in their own minyan, and they're wearing tefillin. That's the problem. It's zilzul. I have to go further. I want to tell you more. Okay, I'll give you a bit.
The tefillah, what the Israeli is davening, that is a lot more nachon of the tefillah, the one for Chutz La'aretz, because today there is no even anything to hold. He knows it's not Yom Chag. According to the misparim, to the days and everything else, he knows it's not. There is no
Okay.
2 days.
I'm going to read to you. I'm going to read to you from two places because you're not believing me.
Did you get my question?
I understand what you're saying, but it's not true because you're in Chutz La'aretz. The whole thing is a different ball game.
You know, the 2 days there is Chachamim. They cannot change it to 1 day just because there is not wedding.
No. The Gemara said the reason we have it 2 days. You missed the beginning, and you missed last week. The Gemara says the reason why we keep it is minhag avotenu biyadenu, because maybe we're going to forget how to calculate the months. Therefore, keep 2 days.
Yeah.
That's what the Gemara says.
Forget.
That's what the Gemara says. Gemara says that.
They have already
Yeah.
a calendar for 2,000 years. And
Yeah,
maybe
that's what the Gemara says.
Forget.
That's what the Gemara says. Now, here, go back to page 192 in your book, Rabbi Chaim, and read from the Har Tzvi, Tzvi Pesach Frank. Lo lizilzul b'par hestev yom tov sheni shel goliyot, v'lechen lo yasu kibbutz b'nei Eretz Yisrael li'tpalel tfilat kol.
I just don't like the word זלזול. אם אתה מתפלל זה כבר לא זלזול. אם אתה, איפה הזלזול ואיפה התפילה?
להוריד מהכבוד של יום כיפור.
Okay. Here. Umikol Makom, reading from the Yalkut Yosef now. Umikol Makom, Rabbi Chaim. I'm reading in the Yalkut Yosef right now. Umikol Makom, Minyan Tefillah, B'yom Tov Sheni Shel Galiyot. They should pray in their house and then go to the shul. And they should not make their own minyan.
That's what it said?
Yep. They should not make their own minyan.
should not make his own their own minyan.
They should not make.
אבל אם יש להם הצהרה, למה לא? להתפלל במניין זה דבר גדול. זה לא זלזול.
Even Israel is still in Galut, please.
אין רשאים לעשות מניין לתפילת בציבור ביום טוב שני של גלויות. ולהתפלל תפילת חול בתפילת תפילין, יחסות השץ, בדקות שבתר בשורות, מפני שכל דבר הנעשה בעשרה מתפרסם ברבים, ונחשב בפרהסיה. ושם יבוא בני חוץ לארץ, על ידי כך לזלזל בקדושת יום טוב שני. I'm telling you, this is the psak of the majority of poskim.
What about the opposite?
And the
I'm
story.
in Israel and I have
We're going to get there today if you let me get there. Okay.
But
I promise you that the Avkat Rochel deals with it. Rabbi Yosef Karo deals with it.
promise.
I promise you. Give me 5 minutes. We're going to get there. It's actually the next page on 195 we're about to get into. Now, how long does he have to be in Chutz La'aretz to be considered a B'nai Chutz La'aretz? So there are poskim who say 1 year. Some poskim say it has to be 5 years. Some say 10 years. Kamavaji holds 1 year. The guy's living, or he's even on a mission. He's a shliach from Eretz Yisrael here. He said 1 year. He's already considered B'nai Chutz La'aretz. He has to keep 2 days. Okay? Hashem Zalman says 5, 10. There are other opinions. But Kamavaji holds 1 year. You're here. You're already B'nai Chutz La'aretz. Okay. Now we're going to get to Rabbi Shevach's question. His question is as follows. B'nai Chutz La'aretz, they're all a regal. They go to Eretz Yisrael, they're in Yerushalayim for Yom Tov.
1 day, no problem.
Now, how many days are they keeping, and what do they do? So let's read the Avkat Rochel. Rabotai. There is Shailat B'Tshuva Sefer called Avkat Rochel. Who wrote the Avkat Rochel? Rabbi Yosef Kal, the author, the Mechaber of the Shulchan Aruch. He wrote the Avkat Rochel. So let's see what he says over here. Let's read. Page 195, Rabotai. Mi Shabbat Mechutz La'aretz L'Eretz Yisrael V'dato Lehazor, and he has intention to go back. Havei B'chlal B'nei Chutz La'aretz Ninhu. He is considered a Chutz La'aretz Jew. V'chein Ma'asim B'chol Yom B'chol Shana V'Shana Olim L'Sholosh Regalim Chutz La'aretz V'osim Yom Sheni Shegaliyot K'tikunav V'chol Mishpatav V'chutz La'aretz. He does everything in Eretz Yisrael like B'nei Chutz La'aretz, like he's in America. 2 days. Okay. V'lo od. And not only that, read. This is in the bowl. This is for you. This is for you. Tikapo. V'lo od. Ele shemikabitzim minyan mibnei chutz la'aretz ha'olim l'regel u'mitpalelim tefila v'korim b'torah u'maftirin b'navi v'berachot tchilat v'sof כמו שעושים ביום טוב שני בחוץ לארץ ודבר זה נעשה ממקדם מפני גדולי עולם ולא פקפק אדם בדבר זה מעולם. And no one ever made a stink about it. Why not? What's the issue? What's the issue? Rabotai, what's the issue? That's exactly why it's mutar. That's exactly why it's mutar. And when Bnei Eretz Yisrael pray here, I see their tefillin, I see them keeping kol. It's zilzul my Yom Tov. But when I go there and I keep 2 days Yom Tov, I'm not mizalzel their Yom Tov. I think the same thing. But I'm not mizalzel them. I'm keeping more. I'm not doing less. I'm making cholamayit Yom Tov. I'm not mizalzel anything. I'm not taking Yom Tov and making a cholamayit. That's the issue.
ואני מתפלל, אני נחשב כמזלזל.
למה? אתה הורס לו את ה...
מזלזל על מה? לא התפילה הזלזול. לא התפילה הזלזול. הרעות, the seeing that it's chol. רעות. Seeing that it's chol. When I see that they're wearing tefillin, and I see they're praying tfilat chol, no musaf, and then it's mizalzel. It's mizalzel yom tov. לא התפילה mizalzel. Semaris ayin. It's like that. It's like that. I'm seeing it, and what happens? I see, and I say, you know what? I say like this. I say, look at this Eretz Yisrael Jew. He's an Eretz Yisrael Jew. He's more closer to Hashem. He's in Yerushalayim. He's this, and he's keeping 1 day. Maybe 1 day is the right thing, and I lose the second day. I don't feel to keep it. But when I go to Eretz Yisrael, and I keep 2 days, who cares? I'm not mizalzel anything. I'm not bringing down any Yom Tov. And they don't use it. Now, and by the way, read further. And he says, and this difficulty, בעניין, איך מתפעלים תפילת יום טוב בפרהסיה בארץ ישראל, ואיך לא חשין אלא דתנן, וישר אדם מפני מחוקת, והיה מספיק להם שהתפעלו תפילה חוץ לארץ בצנעה, וכוחנו לומר ספירה להוא לגודלי העולם, דעת כאן, ואותן אלי, he says, you know what? דעת כאן לא תנה על ישנה אדם מפני מחוקת, אלא במלאכה. When it comes to malacha, when it comes to doing malachas, the efshar lemifak mina churba aval betfilah af mitpalel kiminag makom sheyatza misham lo nifik mina churba aval lekal lemechish ba'elam. If I do, the guy goes and he puts on tefillin, okay, and he's turning on lights and he's burning his car and all these things. So that's what the Avkat Rochel says. Okay, now before everybody gets very excited. There is another opinion about how to be noheg in Eretz Yisrael when you come to Eretz Yisrael. This comes for the Chacham Tzvi. Okay, the Chacham Tzvi was actually an Ashkenazi Jew. All right, he took the name Chacham. Why he took the name Chacham? All right, usually
they want the whole Jew to...
Yeah, you guys, you don't know. Okay, so I'll tell you. You know why, Rabbi? You know why he took the name Chacham? So the reason why he took the name Chacham was when the reformers, the Maskilim, they made everybody a rabbi, okay? And the word rabbi became very low. Everyone's a rabbi, right? Every non-religious guy was a rabbi by the reformers. So, that's right, it was overused. So he wanted to go with a name that still had a shame to it, that still had a koach, a chacham, a Sephardic chacham. That was a powerful name. He wasn't the only one. There was another one in Germany also that took the name Chacham rather than Rabbi. Barnes or something like that. Barnes. Anyway, that's why his name is Chacham Tzvi. His actual name is Rav Tzvi Hirsch Ashkenazi. Okay, he's not Spartan. Anyway, he says as follows: someone asks him a shaila. I go up to Eretz Yisrael. What do I do? Look at this tshuva on page 196. Nearly in Yodati, according to my lack of knowledge, the tzrichim hem להתנהג בענייני המועדים כאחד מבני ארץ ישראל תושבים. He says the Chacham Tzvi, people will go to Eretz Yisrael for Yom Tov. They should keep one day. So you had the Shulchan Aruch, the Avkat Rochel says you have to keep 2 days, and now you have the Chacham Tzvi who says when you go to Eretz Yisrael you keep 1 day. All right.
How long you go?
No, he doesn't care. Even if you go for 1 Yom Tov. He said 1 Yom Tov. And he says it's not, you don't have to keep the minhag from before, because he says the only time you have to keep a minhag, you say, I left from somewhere, right? So I have to keep my minhag makayim. He says that's only true if you can keep that minhag in the new place. If I move to Eretz Yisrael, can I keep 2 days of Yom Tov? No. So he says, since I cannot take my minhag from there over here when I move there for sure, therefore that minhag never has to come over. That's his cheshbon. You hear what he says? He says, since my minhag cannot be established here ever if I come here to live here, right? I cannot keep 2 days. Therefore, that minhag doesn't travel with me now either. And therefore, he says, all you have to keep is 1 day.
How come for Israelis this rule does not apply? It's the same thing. It's not established here.
Then they should keep what, 2 days when they come here?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what the Chacham Tzvi would say that way. Perhaps I don't know. I don't know what the Chacham Tzvi would say in the reverse. That's a good question. It's a good question. And look what he says. Look in the bold on page 196. Afilu b'malacha mutarim hem. She'ilu hayu kol anshe makom she'atzim misha. Right. So he says the same thing. So he says they can even do malacha on the second day of Yom Tov, even if they're b'nei chutz la'aretz and they're there in Eretz Yisrael. Baruch Shav. So Chaim is masking to the Chacham Tzvi.
Why? So we are in Eretz Israel, and we know also the timing, the calendar, everything is 100% correct, and the other day is questionable. So 1 day.
Okay, so we have so far Avkat Rochel, of Yosef Karo, who says they have to keep 2 days, and they daven, and then they everything like the second day. You have the Chacham Tzvi, who says you only keep 1 day. All right, so you have a major machloket here. Now, what do we do? So first of all, Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach says like the Avkat Rochel, he says you have to keep 2 days. Kamavaji says also have to keep 2 days. So far the major league poskim are telling you to keep 2 days, even if you have to come to Eretz Yisrael. Well, we're going to see there is a shita of 1.5 days. But not chatzais, but there's a shita of 1.5 days. We'll talk about it in a second. Hold on. No, they bring his shuva from the Avkat Rochel. That's where they bring it from. I don't know if it's mentioned in the Shulchan Aruch. I'm not sure. But they bring his shuva the Avkat Rochel. Okay. Now, so take a look. Says Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach in the Minchat Shlomo. Naktina b'ben chutz la'aretz she'datol l'chazor she'per chayav l'nahog b'Eretz Yisrael Yom Tov Sheni. אחרי שכולם כתבו שכך נהגו גם בדורות הראשונים מזמן הגאונים. So you already have a precedent from the time of the Geonim that when Chutz La'aretz who comes to Eretz Yisrael, he has to keep 2 days. So Nevada said the same thing. Chutz La'aretz shahu Eretz Yisrael v'dat m'chazol Chutz La'aretz dinam k'bnei Chutz La'aretz. And they have to keep, and then he says they also can make tefillah, and it's not a problem. However, they are now a third shita, an in-between shita. And this is Rav Shmuel Salant and Rav Yosef Dov Soloveitchik. Okay? So Rav Shmuel Salant and then Rav Yosef Beer and Rav Aaron Lichtenstein. And they bring a compromise approach, which is commonly known by their groups. I didn't know about this. I just learned about it now. It's called a day and a half. Yom v'chetzi. I guess that's what they call it. You heard it. Okay, you're more in the Ashkenazic circles. I don't know these things, and I don't travel there to sell that often, so I don't know these things. But apparently, there's a day and a half. What is a day and a half? What is this? So here he brings Rabbi Thiel Michal to Sazinski, describes some details of the following approach. He says as follows: my grandfather's view, which is Rav Shmuel Salant, my grandfather-in-law, Rav Shmuel Salant, inclined toward the master of Chacham Tzvi. That in Eretz Yisrael, you only keep one day. And by the way, it's not only Chacham Tzvi. The Aruch HaShulchan also says one day. Okay. Did not wish to defer completely from his teachers. Now, his other Rabbanim said, no, you have to keep two. So what did he do? He made a compromise. So look at page 198. Page 198 on the top. He brings a couple of points of a compromise. So this is the American Jew in Eretz Yisrael. It's now Motzi Yom Tov for Eretz Yisrael. He's a B'nai Chutz La'aretz. What should he do? B'Motzi Yom Tov Aleph, Yishma Oreach Havdalah Mipi Ben Eretz Yisrael, V'lo Yikadesh Elakos. Don't make Havdalah, but go hear Havdalah. Don't make Kiddush. All right? You heard Havdalah, you don't make Havdalah. You hear Havdalah, don't make Kiddush. Ve'echad D'chol HaMoed Sukkos, Yitpal Tfilat Yudchet, you should daven Shmona Esrei of a weekday. Ve'yalev Yavo Tfilat Musaf Yomar B'Yom HaSheni Ve'yochol La'alot L'Torah B'Yom Sheni V'lo Ya'aseh Malacha Ki B'Yom Tov. So you daven Chol HaMoed, but you don't do malacha like Yom Tov. Ve'Yisur Chag Yiniach Tefillin Ve'Tfilat Yudchet V'lo Ya'aseh Malacha. On Yisur Chag you put on tefillin, but right the Shev Al Taseh. So hold on. So here you have according to this shita, the tefillot are tefillot of Chol HaMoed, but don't do mulacha as if it's Yom Tov, but don't make kiddush either. It's like an in-between shita. Okay, I don't know how practical it is and how many people do this. He brings it from Rav Shmuel Salant. Yeah, all Ashkenaz. Rav Yosef Ber Soloveitchik, Rav Shmuel Salant, Michael Michal Tazinski, Rav Lichtenstein.
אשכנז נוהגים ככה, וספרדים נוהגים ככה. אפילו גדול.
גם אצל המאמינים יש מנהגים ככה.
לכן נהג אבותינו בידינו, כל אחד ינהג לפי מנהגו. אתה נותן לי עכשיו הוראות של מה שאומר אצל הוותיק, ולפני זה אתה נותן לי הוראות מה אמר, מה שמו, איך קוראים לו אמרנו, חכם צבי. כן, אז כל אלה לא שייכים למנהגים.
וחכם צבי אותו דבר.
נכון, אז אני אומר, כל אלה לא מנהגים שלנו.
אנחנו מביאים את כל המנהגים.
Okay, let's go a little further. Let's go a little further. Okay. So Rav Shlomo Zalman, and now you come to Shia, we're going to add it on the side. You know, I'm going to put on the Tosfot on the side over here. Okay, now Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach deals with this case. A guy has two homes. He has one home in America and he has one home in Eretz Yisrael.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's always he always goes to Eretz Yisrael.
I mean, he should be at it.
Yeah, okay, it was two, whatever you want him to have. Yes, he has 10. He's French, he's this, he's that, he's everything. All right, man of international. Okay.
If you have a house over there and you go over there for always, then you keep one day.
That's correct. And Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach says the same thing. When they asked Rav David Yosef, they said, does he have to own a house? What happens if he goes for hotels? He comes here every regal, but he goes to a hotel, he doesn't have a house. He said it's fine also. So it depends. If he lives equally in both places, you see the Ased Charab over here, Rav Chaim David Halevi, he says, if I live here and I live there, then wherever I am for Yom Tov, I have to keep where I am. If I'm in Eretz Yisrael half the year and I'm here half the year, so if I'm there for Sukkot, I keep one day. If I'm here for Pesach, I keep 2 days. It depends where I am. Are you really there? Are you really going there? You just have a plot. Doesn't help. And not only though you go there, by the way, Rabotai, not only you go there, the poskim say it's not only you go there, you go with the mishpaha, you go with the family. If you're not going with your wife and the kids, it's not considered that you're there, and you can't keep one day. You have to keep 2 days. In order to be considered, I'm there. I have to be there with the whole mishpacha, like I'm gonna keep Yom Tov here. That's what the poskim say. Now, Chamavadia gives another way out to keep one day for the Bnei Yeshiva. Okay, there are people who go to learn Eretz Yisrael. Chamavadia says that if there's even a chashak, even if a possibility that they would marry an Eretz Yisrael girl and stay in Eretz Yisrael, they can even keep one day right now. Not so common anymore. It used to be more common in the day.
Oh, guys, that is तो इसका बेहतलोन वो יש לי טוב כן, הלכה וואי.
יכולה לחכות לו חצי שנה שם?
השאלה מה הוא עושה בחגים, לא מה אישה עושה.
איפה הוא בחגים? זה מה הוא עושה.
בחגים הוא יכול לנהוג כארץ ישראל שהוא בארץ. שהוא פה הוא נוהג כארץ.
כן.
בחגים הוא הולך אצל האישה היותר יפה.
What happens if the parents are very strict and the parents don't want him to stay in Eretz Yisrael? The boy went to learn yeshiva. Somebody said you can keep one day. But what happens is this boy's parents will not let him stay there. So Kamavadia says that for shidduchim, if you find a really good shidduch, you don't listen to your parents. If you find a really good shidduch that's going to help you learn Torah, you don't listen to your parents. They can say that. However, he says if the boy is very, very, he's a good boy. He listens to his parents, right? And his parents that come back, then he's beholden by his parents. He has to keep 2 days there. Someone asked me, he says, I read the Al-Kutu 7, they said about a boy. What if a girl goes to seminary?
Same thing.
The girl goes to seminary.
Same thing.
Right?
She wants to get married.
Rabbi Chaim is correct. Same thing with the girl. She's in seminary, and there's an efsherut that she's going to marry and stay in Eretz Yisrael. She can keep one day.
If she want to marry,
if she's open to it, she's open to the idea. Open to the idea. If she's completely close to the idea, she keeps 2 days. But if she's open to it, even if it's not so, like it's not really going to happen. But she's open to the idea. She can keep one day. He can keep one day. Okay. Now, Rav Willig and Rav Hershel Schachter, they deal with this question. Okay? They deal with this question.
Rav who?
Page 200. Rav Mordechai Willig, Rav Hershel Schachter, Rav Chaim Jachter, Rav Chaim Strutzler. These are the Rabbanim of the Ashkenazi modern Orthodox communities. 75% Ashkenaz, 25% Sfaradi. כמו העולם, okay? כמו העולם.
The question is, if אנחנו לומדים, if we are learning מנהגים, we should concentrate on what our מנהגים. Wait a minute, let me finish. You have to understand. You learn your own minhagim from A to Z. Now you get mixed up what the Ashkenaz do, what the other Ashkenaz do, and who's
talking to me
Now, Be'emet is, he's saying very good, but also there's another way of learning. The way we're learning here is that we start with the Makar. Rabotai, listen. The way that Tzurba is set up is as follows. It starts with the Makar, the Gemara, or the Pasuk, the Gemara. It goes to the Rishonim, and then it shows you how the Achronim and the Heintige Poskim and today's Poskim, how they deal with situations. So that's why it brings down the other Shitot. It's not just telling you your halakha, it's telling you halakha l'masa how it came from the Gemara to today. And it's showing you the path. Now, unfortunately, Timanim are not a very big portion of Jews, all right? Proportional-wise, percentage-wise. I think if you take a look at today's Orthodox Jews, 80% is Ashkenaz, if I'm not mistaken. With 20%, maybe even less than 20, is Sephardic. Okay.
אולי בבורו פארק,
So if
אולי
you,
בבורו פארק, אבל לא ב...
no, בעולם.
לא, 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 לא.
Please do. Please do.
בארץ ישראל יש יותר ספרד.
No,
ספרד.
they're more louder maybe, but they're not more in more in the it's just a fact. It's pure fact.
Okay.
Definitely in population wise, if you look at all Jews, even Chilonim, Ashkenazim are maybe 90% compared to Sephardim being at 10%. Okay?
זה לא נכון.
Go look at the statistics. Don't blame me. I'm just telling you facts. Okay.
לא.
All right. Everywhere, world population. Okay. All right. Now, so they deal with this question. I'm a bacher in Eretz Yisrael. I'm learning in yeshiva. So I can marry a girl there, possible, should have happened. So I'm keeping one day. Now, can I go on a plane on the second day of Yom Tov? It's not Yom Tov for me. And fly back to America. I'll stay in the airport all day. Can I do that? Why not? So they say as follows. They say, when you're in Eretz Yisrael and there's a possibility for you to marry, or you're in Eretz Yisrael spending Yom Tov and you'll use the Chacham Tzvi, fine. But the minute you walk out of Eretz Yisrael, what happens? Who are you now? You don't have Chacham Tzvi anymore, right? You're not in Eretz Yisrael anymore. You are a Chutz La'aretz Jew. You're going to be on the plane, and it's Yom Tov Sheni for you. As soon as you left the borders of Eretz Yisrael, you're back to being Yom Tov Sheni. Exactly. So all B'nai Chutz La'aretz who go to Eretz Yisrael and have a kula to keep one day, they have to stay in Eretz Yisrael. They can't fly out. They can't fly out. What do you have there? Yeah. Yeah, I might be wrong, but okay.
Worldwide, 50% Ashkenaz, 30% worldwide.
Eretz Yisrael?
In the United States,
Yeah.
90% Ashkenaz.
Told you. Worldwide is 70-30. In America is 90-10. So I was right. Okay. What about in Israel? Can you look in Israel?
Israel, they get my grandma. It doesn't say where. Mizrahi, doesn't say.
Okay. I'm just letting you guys know that and by the way, before the Holocaust, the Ashkenazim were probably even more, 95% of world Jewry versus 5% of Sephardim. Just statistically, that's the way it was. Okay, so we're just a drop in the bucket. Okay, now the next question.
There's a question related to Tisha B'Av. If you fly from here to Israel and you don't have 24 hours of
Tisha B'Av. What do you do?
What do you do?
So what is the answer?
You get there, you wait until it's there.
24 hours? I don't know. Yeah, Tisha B'Av is always cool. Okay, anyway, now there's a question. I'm in Eretz Yisrael. I'm keeping 2 days. Can I tell a Jew on the second day of my Yom Tov, it's Chol Hamoed for him, because we're in Eretz Yisrael. I'm keeping 2, he's keeping 1. Can I tell him to be my Shabbos guy? Go and put on the lights and put on my air conditioner and stuff like that. Machloket poskim. Okay? Machloket poskim. Pat Shulchan says, Ben Chutz La'aretz Shomer Eretz Yisrael, Aser Loimer L'ben Eretz Yisrael, She'asa Melacha B'Yom Tov Sheni. So the Pat Shulchan says Asur. Chazon Ovadia, Chacham Ovadia says, Ben Chutz La'aretz Sha'al Eretz Yisrael, V'dat L'chazon, Mutter Loimer Ben Eretz Yisrael, Asot Lo Melacha B'Yom Tov Sheni, Shel Galiyot V'chein Minhag. So the minhag is you could do it. All right. What's the reason? His reasoning is like this. If I took Shabbat in early, can I tell another Jew to do something for me? Malacha?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. It's not Shabbat yet. Really, it's not Shabbat for me either. I just took it early. So here, it's really not Yom Tov anymore. It's really Chol Hamoed. I'm I'm keeping a second day, so I can tell him what to do. Others don't want to do that cheshbon, and they say it's asur. Piskei Teshuvot says that Lamasheh, if the Bnei Eretz Yisrael does melacha for you, you didn't ask him to do it, but he did it anyway, it's totally fine. It's not a problem at all. Okay. Now,
But you're not allowed to tell him to do this and that, yes?
according to the Pachal Plan Piskei Teshuvot, no. Chavavaji says you could. You could. We're in Eretz Yisrael. Chavavaji says you could tell Bnei Eretz Yisrael, put this on for me, do this for me, that for me. It's not a problem. not Yom Tov. Yeah. Here you can't, but there you could. Okay. Now, the next question is, we already dealt with the reverse, but we'll do the reverse in this case now. We're B'nai Chutz La'aretz. We're in Eretz Yisrael. We want to make minyan. We're allowed to. If Kat Rochel says you're allowed, everyone says you're allowed to. We make a minyan. I only have 9 B'nai Chutz La'aretz Jews. Can I bring in an Eretz Yisrael Jew to make my tefillah? We're going to pray Yom Tov. For them, we're B'nai Chutz La'aretz in Eretz Yisrael. For us, it's Yom Tov Sheni. We're praying Yom Tov. And there it's for them Chol. So Chacham Abaji says the same thing. He says, no shaychut in the tefillah. We're Yom Tov, they're Chol. It doesn't connect. You don't have tefillah. You don't have minyan. You cannot make the minyan. You cannot bring a B'nai Eretz Yisrael into that minyan. Again, Rav Moshe and Rav Natan would say, no, you can add one more. It's not a problem. And they would allow.
This guy, he davened already. He just there. He over there.
Doesn't make it different. It's not it's not the current tefillah. It's the chov of the day.
Crash with your tefillah.
Right.
He has no tefillah.
No, he has tefillah of that day. Oh, who cares? But the tefillah of his day is a chol tefillah. You cannot say that. What he's saying is the day's chol is a chol, not a yom tov chol, and therefore it cannot connect. That's what Kamavaji says. Again, Rav Moshe Feinstein argues with that, and he says it could work. So again, you have those two shitot. Now, we're going to end off.
Same thing what we have over here. 9 people.
Exactly. It's the same exact case. In reverse, yeah. Yeah, it's the same exact case, right. Okay, now, on Yom Tov Sheni, that we're keeping in Galiot, a resident of Israel should not recite Kiddush, whether at night or day, nor, okay, so this is the case. Ibn Chaim, you have a B'nai Eretz Yisrael in your house, right here. It's Yom Tov Sheni. He's sitting with you at the Seudah. You tell him, Bechavot, Ta'aseh Kiddush. He's not allowed to make Kiddush. Exactly, it's not Kiddush for him. He has no Chov Kiddush, he cannot make it.
That's for sure.
What about if it's Shabbat?
Yeah.
Parat Shabbat.
Parat Shabbat Yom Tov. For him, it's just Shabbat.
No problem. And Yom Tov.
It's a different Kiddush. It's a different Kiddush.
A little bit.
Mekadesh HaShabbat v'Yisrael v'Azimanim. Him is just Mekadesh Shabbat. So he cannot do it for you. Which one can he do if it's Shabbat and Yom Tov? Why? What's the Kiddush on daytime?
Only the one.
Bore Peri HaGefen. The Kiddush in the daytime, the actual part of the Kiddush is Bore Peri HaGefen. Bore Peri HaGefen is for everybody the same. So since it's the same Kiddush for both, it will work. Okay? It will work. Now, let's say the second night of Yom Tov is Motzei Shabbat. So we do Yaknahaz, Yain Kiddush Ner Havdalah Zman. For the B'nai Eretz Yisrael, he has to make Havdalah. Is he Yotzeh with our Havdalah or not? We're doing Havdalah in Kiddush. Yaknahaz. He needs Havdalah.
It's not Havdalah, it's Yom Tov Yom Tov.
What?
For us, it's Yom Ben Kodesh LeKodesh.
And what's the chiluk between the Kodesh HaKodesh and Ben Kodesh LeChol? What's the chiluk?
It's still Kodesh.
Okay, so let's explain this. Okay. His host recites Kiddush for the second night of Yom Tov, incorporating Havdalah in the Kiddush. The guest fulfills his obligation of Havdalah. If I make Yaknahaz and he needs Havdalah, it works for him. Even though he said, I'm Mavdil ben Kodesh LeKodesh and I'm Mavdil Kodesh LeKol. Why? If I was making Havdalah and I said, instead of Mavdil ben Kodesh LeKodesh, I said, I'm Mavdil Kodesh LeKol, I'm Yotzeh or not? If instead of saying, I'm Mavdil ben Kodesh LeKodesh, I said, I'm Mavdil Kodesh LeKol, I'm Yotzeh. Why? Havdalah is to make a Havdal. Ben Or LeChoshech. Ben Yom HaShishi, right? It's a Havdal. It is a Havdal. Well, then what are you saying when you say Ben Kodesh LeKodesh? What does that mean? What does that mean? There's a Shabbat Kodesh and there's a Yom Tov Kodesh. It's a Hevdel. It's making a Havdalah. The whole Havdalah is making a Havdalah. As long as I made a Havdalah, it works. It's not like Kiddush, where the words, in case you said it plays a big role. So therefore, if I'm making Yaknahat, the Bnei Yisrael, he needs Havdalah, this Yan Kesh Nerdal's man, because I did Havdalah, will work for him in this Havdalah. Okay? Now, I'll end off over here. We'll end off over here. It's important to emphasize, page 203, the beige box, second paragraph, in English. It's important to emphasize that this question is halachic in nature and should be decided through consultation with one's established rabbinic authority, not by turning to another pasuk simply because his position may be more convenient or preferable. Someone's going to Eretz Yisrael, and they don't want to have 2 days Yom Tov. They want to be able on the first day Chol to go wherever they want and spend time here and there. So he's saying over here, don't shop around for poskim to find someone who holds like the Aruch HaShulchan and the Chacham Tzivi who allow. I'm sorry, not the Aruch HaShulchan, Shulchan Aruch Harab. So the Baal Tanya is Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch Harab, he holds of 1 day. So Chacham Tzvi, Shulchan Aruch Harab, he says you can't just pick them. You have to go to your posek, you have to go to your Rav, and you have to ask the question, what is the answer for you? May we all merit to properly observe Yom Tov and to experience the full redemption and the building of the Beit HaMikdash, after which all the Jews will live in Eretz Yisrael, and everybody's going to have how many days Yom Tov? 1 day. B'ezrat Hashem, in B'yat HaMashiach, Meir B'yamenu, Amen. So, Rabotai, we did a lot of Hilchot Yom Tov, and this was actually a 9-part series, okay? A 9-part series in Hilchot Yom Tov. B'ezrat Hashem, the next time we do the Tzurba, we'll be starting Hilchot Chol HaMoed. Hilchot Chol HaMoed. So that's a very, it's always up. Nobody knows exactly what's done. So we're going to get Hilchot Chol HaMoed next time. B'ezrat Hashem, we do have Hilchot Tisha B'Av and Shavua Shechabah. We did Shavua Shechabah after Tisha B'Av. B'ezrat Hashem will make sure that everybody gets all the halachot by Tisha B'Av. We'll know exactly what to do. We have Minyan, Ken? We have, right? Rabbi Hanai Mushaomer. Tzah Kadosh Baruch Hu. V'zakot Yisrael. לפיכך חייבה להם תורה מצוות שנאמר, אדוני חפץ למען צדקו יגדיל תורה וידיר. אמן.